Apalachicola, Florida, is a small coastal city with a rich history tied to its location along the Gulf of Mexico and the Apalachicola River. Here's a concise overview of its past. Early history. The area around Apalachicola was originally inhabited by Native American tribes, including the Apalachi, who lived in the region long before European contact. The name Apalachicola is derived from the Apalachi language, roughly translating to people on the other side or land beyond the river. Spanish explorers, including Pánfilo de Narváez in 1528 and Hernando de Soto in 1539, passed through the region during their expeditions, establishing early European awareness of the area. Colonial and early American period. During the colonial era, the Apalachicola region was contested by European powers, Spain, France, and Britain, due to its strategic location near the Gulf. By 1763, Britain gained control of Florida, but Spain regained it in 1783 after the American Revolution. The area remained sparsely populated, with Native American tribes, particularly the Creeks and Seminoles, dominating the interior. In 1818, during the First Seminole War, General Andrew Jackson captured the region for the United States, and Florida became a U.S. territory in 1821. The settlement that would become Apalachicola began to take shape in the 1820s as a trading post called Cottonton, or West Point, benefiting from its position at the mouth of the Apalachicola River. Rise as a port city. Apalachicola was officially established in 1831, named after the river and the indigenous heritage. It quickly grew into one of the busiest ports on the Gulf Coast, driven by the cotton trade. The river connected the city to inland plantations in Georgia and Alabama, allowing cotton to be shipped downstream to Apalachicola, then exported globally. By the 1830s and 1840s, it was the third largest cotton shipping port on the Gulf, behind New Orleans and Mobile, earning it the nickname, the Port City. The city's economy also thrived on lumber, fishing, and shipbuilding. Its population grew, and elegant homes and warehouses, many still standing today, reflected its prosperity. The invention of the steamboat further boosted trade along the river. Civil War and decline. During the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, Apalachicola's strategic importance made it a target. Union forces blockaded the port in 1862, crippling its economy, while Confederate troops built fortifications nearby. The war devastated the cotton trade, and the city never fully recovered its pre-war prominence. Post-war reconstruction and the rise of railroads shifted commerce away from river-based ports like Apalachicola. Seafood and oyster boom. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Apalachicola reinvented itself as a seafood hub, particularly known for its oysters. The nutrient-rich waters of Apalachicola Bay, fed by the river, produced some of the finest oysters in the world. By the early 1900s, the city supplied a significant portion of the nation's oysters, earning it a new identity as the oyster capital of the world. Sponge diving, shrimping, and fishing also became key industries. 20th century to present. Apalachicola's economy fluctuated with the seafood industry. The construction of dams and water management projects upriver in Georgia during the 20th century began to affect the bay's freshwater flow, threatening the oyster population. Despite this, the city maintained its small-town charm, with historic districts preserving its 19th-century architecture. Today, Apalachicola, population around 2,500 as of recent estimates, is a quaint, historic town known for tourism, its well-preserved downtown, and efforts to sustain its oyster industry amid environmental challenges. It's part of Florida's forgotten coast, attracting visitors with its natural beauty, maritime heritage, and laid-back vibe.